Welcome, viewers at home, to the Now You Know podcast. I'm Catherine Clausen, and I bet at the end of this, you'll be saying, now I know. Fun fact about me, I wiggle my feet when I'm extremely happy. Across from me, I have...
Erin, and a fun fact about me is that I like dry noodles. Across from me, we have...
Noah, and the fun fact about me is I'm lactose intolerant, and yet I love ice cream. And across from me, I have...
Phoenix, and a fun fact about, not me, but someone at this table is that they really like stealing people's catchphrases, which is kind of like bad because spend like hours. Yeah. But anyways.
Feel sad for you, eh?
Yeah, but it's you, isn't it?
Yo!
That's the Now You Know podcast catchphrase. So, today I think we'll be talking about anonymous stories or questions.
Submitted by you, our watchers and followers.
Yeah. Do you guys want to start off with the questions? Should I?
Yeah, Catherine, why don't you get us started
okay.
off?
So a question I have here. Have you ever experienced bullying or been a bully yourself too? If so, what have you learned about that experience? The anonymous person, I don't know who they are because there's not a name. So. Yes, I was a bully. On both sides, it is a misunderstanding and only we resolved with confrontation, which needs to be meditated correctly. Bullying can be stopped, but with the right approach, prevention is better than cure. I like that. That
Nice.
last little line.
That's a really good one. Man.
Bullying overall, I think, is just something that in mainstream schools has just been very twisted to just say it's like joking, playing, things like that.
Yeah.
What are you guys' views on bullying or this person's comment?
No. Sorry, my throat. Again, like Catherine said, bullying is also getting a little bit out of hand.
Yeah.
It's like, if you can't stop it, then I suggest you do it as fast as possible. Again, I don't know what to say at this point because, like, I've been bullied and it's not fun. But again, yeah, I don't know what to say properly at this point.
Yeah. I don't know if anyone noticed, but we have a new person on the podcast, Erin.
Erin.
Do you have any
Hello.
comments about this?
I think, especially in mainstream, bullying is inevitable.
Yeah.
Like,
Thanos.
what?
Thanos.
All the Marvel
Thanos?
fans.
Yeah, Thanos.
I mean, I was bullied, and I'm pretty sure I can speak for us when I say we've all experienced bullying.
Yeah.
I mean, like you said, it's being twisted. We get manipulated into thinking, oh, it's just a joke, it's just fun and games. But when it starts to get physical, and it just gets out of hand.
Actually. But, and like on the bullying topic, what are you guys' thoughts on cyberbullying? I mean, I don't personally think like...
That's
I think
worse.
Yeah, cyberbullying
mean,
Yeah,
is it
definitely.
100%
Is it-
worse.
It's mentally bullying and it can like
it's
torment
mentally
the
bullying,
person.
but it's cyber.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
So
but
my
still.
thing is, delete social media. It's as easy as that.
Oh,
Block the
still be
person on
with you.
WhatsApp, block the person on Instagram.
That is not on TikTok, guys. That's why.
Yeah,
I
but then
say-
like it's the same thing. They can just create like a new account or something, and then like go back and bully you.
or block the person. Why do you even
Yeah.
have them in the first place?
Yeah, just like okay, fine.
But the damage will still stay with you.
Yeah, that
like,
we just saying cyberbullying in general is worse than like
I don't
physical.
think so.
Yeah,
I really don't think so.
Okay, explain it.
I've been not a victim, but I have been bullied physically multiple times. And I would rather prefer being told something over a screen than actually than be hurt, bullied, tripped. You know what I mean?
yeah. we get you, but then you also get like people who are afraid of like
I think Eden
What they
experienced
can.
the same thing, but she's also saying so it's like two sides of the coin, you know. They can be you prefer that, and then Eden would like say it's worse to be mentally bullied.
Yeah.
If you feel that you are bullied in any kind of way, just cut it off. Like tell someone you're close to, internet, block them, get a new account. Just try to prevent it in small ways. I think bullying overall, just I'm gonna call out some people, teachers. When I say it's been like manipulated to just say it's joking, teachers don't approach it. They ignore it. They think, oh no, that child's fine because you know they have a loving family. The family's taking care of him or something. I don't know, but some teachers are there to like take care of kids.
Yeah.
You get those kids, and when the teachers aren't there for them, it's like a punch in the gut. Even worse than the
Yeah.
bullying. Like no one's there for me, you know. So try to find someone you trust. That's the
And
first approach.
What they tell you, like, I'm pretty sure we've all had the whole bullying seminars.
yeah.
They always say, tell a trusted adult. And in the school environment, you'd think that that's a teacher. And when the teacher isn't helping you in a constructive way or isn't helping you at all, it's just like, who do I go to?
Yeah.
But in some cases, bullying can get out of hand to where the point where the person being bullied can snap. Such as this person here who wrote, yes, I've been bullied, but yes, I've been bullied, but I learned that I have to stand up for myself. But that came at a price that I got into a fight with my bully and I found a new strength and I nearly killed him. So I never want to fight again.
Oh.
So bullying can add up to a certain point where a person can snap and physically harm somebody to the point to where they're close to death. So definitely, if you're getting bullied or somebody is getting bullied, I'm just gonna look straight into the camera. If you're getting bullied or somebody's bullying you or something, please try and stop it immediately. Not physically, but go talk to somebody who you know you can trust, a friend, your mom, your dad, anybody who you know who's there for you, and then just try and cut that person off immediately.
And if you know someone that is getting bullied, just again try to tell someone close to you or someone you know that is close to them that will help them out. Phoenix, you're being pretty quiet. I
Yeah.
know, like,
Do you want to read the next question there, Phoenix?
yeah,
I'm good. I'll wait last. It's fine.
okay.
Okay.
Eden, since you knew, how about you?
Yes.
Yeah.
I really want to talk about this. This question is, do people only care about you when you are gone? And this person has said, not entirely. Now, what I was thinking as an example, if we take AKA now, his music career is like skyrocketing. And why is that?
Because of what happened to him.
Exactly. Now, what I hate is that people only appreciate your presence and your work and your worth when you are no longer here. Tomorrow is not promised. Tomorrow is not promised. And adolescents, especially of today's generation, think, oh, I can go out and I can do whatever I want. And I mean, by all means, live your life. But say I love you to those around you and cherish those around you, because you don't know if you're going to see them again tomorrow.
Yeah. And we love all our viewers out there.
Yeah, if you haven't heard it today, we love you guys.
Yeah, we love you from the bottom part of our hearts.
I also think this Valentine's was February, but I quickly want to like discuss that with the flowers thing. Have you ever heard of that?
Like the schools where they like hand out flowers and stuff.
No,
Oh.
the guys don't get flowers until they die, until they pass away. And I think that's another thing that's a part of you. You
Yeah.
only matter until you
Yeah.
pass. And I feel like that in relationships or in general, sisters, brothers, just both ways, you know? With flowers. Flowers is it has meaning in many countries and it can just do a lot. One flower can do a lot, you know?
Yeah.
I would love to be be given flowers, but I would, if I gave a guy a flower and he appreciated more than me, I would give like 100 of them
Yeah.
just because they get when they pass away. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Mm.
Yeah.
I mean, like personally, from a boy/man point of view, I would not mind to get a flower. I haven't received one yet, but just the fact knowing that somebody would take the time out of their day to go look at the flower, see if it's actually the perfect one for you, like get that flower for you, bring it all the way to you, and then give it to you would be so personally like. Would be amazing knowing that somebody would actually care enough to do that.
I'll get you a flower now.
Yeah.
We'll get you flowers.
Phoenix, would you love to get flowers?
No.
Why?
I mean, I don't really fall for flowers. I mean,
Not-
someone doesn't have to show me they care about me and buy me flowers. You can show me you care about me and spend time with me. So that's just my personal opinion. But on to the next question I will be sharing is, if you could go back in time and give yourself and give your younger self advice, what would it be and why? So the anonymous person said, let me just...
Another blind
You're
person.
going to feel like people dislike you. All people are judging you. Wait, sorry.
Yeah.
Reloading. Anyways, even if they also what the world is a big place and beautiful, loving soul. To be worrying about some people who won't make an impact in your life. You're not alone. You're enough. Thoughts?
I love the you're enough.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because I would also love to
Sentimental
say
touch.
that. I would also love to say that to my past self. It's something everyone needs to hear once in a lifetime.
Yeah, I think when it comes to, it ties back to the bullying as well. Like if you are experiencing being told these negative thoughts at such a young age, you're going to grow up with that mentality. And when you eventually get to the maturity level of, I don't know, you are going to think these things about yourself. And you're going to regret thinking like, oh, when I was younger, I wish I stood up to those bullies, or I wish I knew that I was more than enough for this world. Because, I mean, when you're told these things, it really does mess with your mental health.
Mm.
Phoenix, why did you choose that question?
Yeah.
What would you say to your past self?
I mean, now personally in life, I used to think that everything like was me, like why me, why, like did everything have to happen to me? But but now I realize that maybe everything happens for a reason. Like I had an incident like at Josh McIntyre, if you know, you know. And like that really messed me up. But if that incident hadn't to happen, then I wouldn't be at Blast. So it's like, is it worth it? I feel like it was worth it because my mindset back then was like kind of down. I wasn't as confident as I am now, if you didn't know. But now I'm handsome and stuff, so everything's good now.
I'm
course
pretty
you are.
sorry. I'm pretty sure Fagan mentioned that like being humble means that you accept everything good and bad comes from God or something. But yeah, Erin, if you could tell your past self one thing, what would it be?
Stay alive. There's so much more. There's so many good people that you are going to meet. Kim and Fagan Miller being two of those amazing people.
Shout out.
Yeah.
We always mention them, and I think it's just important to show that if you have that proper adult figure in your life, it can make so much impact.
Kim and Fagan willing to go to the ends of the earth for the
Yeah.
students.
I like
Fagan's willing to kill a dead bull
Facts.
for us.
Facts.
what?
He's willing to kill a dead bull for us. Yeah.
I like this person's answer here. I would change it a little, but they say your friends determine your future. Just start with what you have. I think if you start with what you have, look around of what you have. You know, there can be really toxic people around you, and you don't know. Just because you don't want to lose people in your life. But if you start if they can determine your future, why don't you just surround yourself with very positive people or successful people? Just people that know, that encourage you, that will help you, or that will push you to be your best self. I think that's a great start.
Yeah.
So that's the advice this person would give them to themselves. So
I want to focus on this question. It's another one of those. Do people care about you when you're gone? And this is a very short answer. No. I just want to talk about that. If you think that people don't care about you when you're gone, just note that you have your mom, your dad, your siblings, everybody who you've grown up with is going to miss you. So to whoever who wrote this, just know that even if you're gone, Phoenix, Erin, Catherine, and I will miss you. So that then this question is...
And also, we were talking about a lesson in life and leadership. We are all leaders. What makes a leader is if you're gone tomorrow, someone's gonna be sad. Someone's gonna miss you. Yeah. Someone will always miss you, even if it was a friend, a lost relative or something. They knew you and they would have loved to know you, or they missed you.
Now my take on this topic is, let's take the man on the street first thing. Like, he's on the streets, who's gonna miss him? Like, wait, I'm not done yet, I'm sorry. So, you living on the streets, you obviously with your family. That's the first topic. No one ever, like, there's always like a generation, a mother or father that has put you in that situation. That person could be dead. So my thing is, who's gonna miss you if you were the homeless man on the street? And don't say you're gonna miss a homeless man because you never met him.
But what about the homeless man's friends? Because typically, like, certain homeless people will, like, gather up together and then they'll, like, build stuff together.
There's a big community.
Yeah.
But some don't.
Yeah, but, like...
But we're saying the most, too.
This reminds me of that Rasta who lived underneath the bridge in Muizenberg. I don't know if you guys remember him.
Yeah.
When he died, a lot of people who didn't even know him felt bad.
Yeah.
There's like a whole like mural thing on the wall where he died, because people generally, even if they don't know you, they will be sad that they perhaps didn't get to know you.
Yeah.
And that's why.
If you think about, like, Michael Jackson, for example, people didn't know him personally, but people around the world still missed him. So it's not like you have to know this person personally in order to miss them if they're gone. I mean, as if they put an impact on you, then missing them is just, it's a natural thing that's going to happen. I mean, if we take your example, for example, the homeless man, if he's in a road that you drive down constantly, he's gonna be someone you see often. It's gonna be someone, maybe you give him a 10 rand every time you see him. If he's suddenly gone one day, you're gonna miss his presence.
It's gonna feel like there's a gap every day that's just missing.
And also,
Does that happen to you?
like,
To me personally, I don't know how to explain it. There was a homeless guy who I used to who was in my road. I used to give him like my breakfast every morning, even though my mom didn't want me to. But when I heard he died, I just moved on and gave my breakfast to the next person. You see, like, yes, there are some people who you won't miss and stuff, but I still have that memory of him. I'm like, it's still in my head every time I saw his smile and everything. So there are some times where you will miss him.
can I add like a final note to this? If there is if you think there's absolutely no one, when you pass away, whatever you believe in, what I believe in is that there's someone on the other side waiting for you. And I think whether it's God, Allah, I don't know, other major godly-like figures, but they're waiting for you and they missed you and they welcome you with warm arms. So even if you think you do not matter in this world, in the next world, whether you believe in it or not, there's someone waiting for you. There's someone that cares about you. There's always someone that cares.
Yeah.
I think that's to that person that said no, that no one cares when they pass away. I hope our discussion today like change your mind a little bit, just tiny little bit. Even if it was like maybe, but I don't think so. If it's a maybe, lovely, we love it.
Yeah. But
I
remember,
feel like you talk first.
no, sorry, I just wanted to say, remember to all the viewers who are out there, if you ever just like feeling down or lonely, you can just come watch one of our videos, because you always have a nice little family who's chatting constantly, because we all love you out there.
Yeah.
And one of Blask's things this year is our positive self-talk campaign. And one of the most, well, Fagan told us the two most powerful words that he ever told us was, I am. So just to all of you out there, I want you to go home and tell yourself, I am beautiful, I am worthy of love and respect, and I am amazing. And you'll just see how much your day will change just from hearing those words coming from yourself.
Can I just try and play something for you guys? I think this would fit nicely in here.
You know,
Oopsie.
don't underestimate the hole your absence would leave. You know, each of us, we're remarkable creatures and we have something to offer to the world, to our people we love, to the world at large. It's our responsibility to make that manifest, and we move a little farther away from paradise every time.
Yeah.
I'll just play that for you guys.
Sounded really, really beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, can I talk on that quickly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Firstly, if you are thinking that your friends are not gonna miss you when you pass one day, get new friends. Surround yourself with people that you know are gonna cherish you whether you're here or whether you're not here. Also, I was once told, bless your
you.
soul. That was the cutest little sneeze I've ever heard.
I always tell Catherine, she sneezes like a little tiny kitten.
Okay, wait, continue what you're saying. Sorry.
I don't know who said it, but I watched a seminar once, and the person that was speaking was saying the impact that you leave behind should be bigger than you.
Well,
Let that sink in.
That's the
pauses for a dramatic effect.
I would like to go back to Nova's thing about the man, like the guy that you would give breakfast to. My thing is about the remembering thing. It's like, how did that affect your life?
Again, constantly like thinking that, okay, I lost like a little gap in my heart from giving this guy, because seeing a smile on his face. So walking past a homeless man, how it affect my life is now I want to give something to that homeless person. I want to give him food, money.
So
just
technically it affected your life in a good or bad way?
positive way,
Positive way, there we go.
definitely.
I mean,
Like,
anyone else want to share a topic maybe?
if
Oh, I like this one. Sorry. How do you cope with feeling alone or being alone even when you're surrounded by people? I think this is a big one. I think we discussed this like a little bit once, but let's dive into this. The person at home said, keep the mind occupied with things I am grateful for and focus on what is next.
nice.
I'm just gonna start that. That's absolutely brilliant.
I feel like my person said something really inspirational, honestly. It goes by, I don't know, lol. But whoever said that,
Why do I feel like that's like a teenage boy just like,
I don't
this
know,
looks
lol.
cool.
Facts.
I don't know, lol. That sounds like something I would say.
Why don't you know, hey? That should be the question. Why do not you know?
Why do you not know?
Sorry, this one really sticks out to me. It's a question, another anonymous, of course. What is the biggest mistake you ever made in life? And did you ever recover? This person says, tell somebody that I like them.
Oh, that's a
I must see
Personally,
deep.
not a problem for me. Have you seen how I look?
Oh wow.
Damn.
I'm just joking. I'm joking.
Man's risk factor be like 10 billion.
Just joking.
Oh, okay.
You are very handsome, Phoenix.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And so is everybody out there. Remember, you are very handsome. Even if nobody tells you to.
Yes.
Erin is here to give you a hug, and so
Of
am I.
course.
Phoenix will just probably like give you an autograph because he's so handsome.
You're lucky to be breathing the same air
Yeah,
as Phoenix.
we're so lucky.
Cherish your moments while you can.
But I'm just saying, I'm proud of this person though because they had the courage to go up to their crush and tell them that they like them.
And
So-
I think I would like to pose the question differently. Instead of saying mistake, what's the biggest regret?
Yeah.
I don't think we should live with regrets in our life, but there are few. So maybe regret is worse, but it's also a way of saying I regret doing this, but I'm better for doing this.
Yeah.
Mhm.
For sure.
I think we have time for 2 more questions.
There's one here that like also other one stood out to me is what's the dumbest rule that school ever enforced?
Oh, yeah.
The first
There's so many. I think this is gonna
So
go on
this
for
one,
an
I feel
hour.
like, this one I feel like it stood out to me like a lot because like it says only certain cats were allowed. I couldn't get my fade in. I'm like, that was like me because I remember the first day of school, right? So everything's going good. I have a low fade because it was a certain length, and if the day is good, first day of grade 7, I'm like fades in teacher school. At the end of the day, everyone's leaving. The teacher looks at me and goes, Phoenix, cut your hair. I had to go bald.
Oh my word! I can just imagine a bald feeling. That's
that does not look good.
As die fade in is.
I think another one has to do with hair. That you couldn't dye your hair. I would have loved to dye my hair. I'm just saying. Like, me coming to school with a whole rainbow in my hair. You really
I
know.
would say, Catherine, yo, how would I look if I got like blonde dreadlocks?
Okay, let's cut the conversation here. We're gonna soon be having, I think we have met her. Sorry, I think. Gabby.
Gabby.
You guys remember
Gabs.
Gabby?
Gabby.
Yes.
Gabby.
And
Lucius.
she will be discussing, are you in the wrong? Are we in the wrong? Sorry.
Just to
And-
cut you off, Catherine.
Yeah.
Erin,
Oh, no.
Yo,
how was your weekend?
How was my weekend?
How was your weekend so far? I mean, it's a really long weekend, and what you gonna do?
I have a concert tomorrow. I'm trying to find someone to go with me, actually.
yo, like I'm available.
I have a friend, actually, but she was like, maybe the tickets are... you guys are welcome to come with me.
Like if you're gonna pay for my ticket, then yeah.
Oh, no, honey. With what money?
And Gabby, do you have any thoughts on this? Your weekend, maybe?
I have nothing planned this weekend.
I
I have a lot of work to plan. I was absent for 2 days. And Noah has a lot of work to plan.
I actually in those 2 days I was actually doing my work, so I'm all caught up. But to all the Blaskians out there wondering why I wasn't at school, and
Blaskians?
yeah, that's
Is that what we
yeah,
call
Blaskians,
ourselves?
yeah.
It's Blaskins or Blaskins. I've heard Blaskins. It just sounds
Yeah.
morally.
And like to all the students have been messaging me, they're saying, "No, why are you in school? Thank you for worrying about me. It's just that I got hit by a car." So I'm fine now though. Thanks though.
You will be missed.
Yeah, thanks. But thank you to everybody worrying about me. But anyways, let's transition into Am I the Wrong? Gabby will read out a story to us, and then we will have a small debate whether the person, these two people
Yeah, it's pretty much 2 people.
were in the right or wrong. And then Gabby will read out some answers to determine whether people were in the wrong or right. So, Gabby, take it away for us, please.
Okay, let me get a good one. I'm gonna be I'm gonna be stuttering. I'm gonna be hacking, but we're just gonna ignore that. It didn't happen. Okay, Okay, am I the a-hole for suing my parents for using my college money?
Oh, wow.
Want me to read, or do you want to take a guess?
Read, just read.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
read.
I feel like that would be
Potent.
Okay. My great aunt set up a savings account for all her female relatives. In our culture, education is not for women. It's not really valued, and she thought that was horrible. She lived with her father in London, where she was educated. She went on to attend university and become a doctor. She married a British man, and they moved to America and had a great life. She funded the education for many of her nieces and grandnieces as she could. When she passed away, she left money for every girl relative she could. My parents managed to access the account that was set up for my sister and me. They used it to pay for my brother's wedding. My sister didn't care because she got married 2 years ago out of high school and had no intention of going to college. When I graduated, I went to the bank and got money for my school, and it was almost gone. There was like $3,000 left. I asked my parents about it, and they said they needed the money. I finally found out where all the money went. I got furious. I got my student loans and moved out. I am a great source of shame to them, and I don't care. I'm currently suing them for the money that was left for me. My entire family is against me. They all think I'm being unfair for airing private family business in public, and that I'm putting money ahead of family. None of my friends are on my side, and because they're all American and don't really care about my culture. Neither do I, to be honest. My brother called me up and offered to pay for my university if I dropped the lawsuit. I agreed as long as we had a legally binding contract. He said I was being a jerk for not trusting him. I said I should not accepted the money, and I said he should have not accepted the money for his wedding. It was causing all kinds of embarrassment for our community. I'm somewhat ashamed to be doing this, but I do not want to be in debt.
What did
Am I
they use
in
the
the
money
wrong?
for?
My brother's
The
wedding.
brother's wedding.
Oh,
Yo, just to start off though, if you want to go further in life with like college and stuff to make sure that like you sort it out and your parents use your money, this is just my opinion. My guy, the parents are in the wrong there.
Yeah.
That's full on. Parents are in the wrong because your aunt, your grandma, or your ancestor or somebody worked extremely hard to make sure that you could like have a better life than like some of the other people did. And essentially, you want to like put that to work. You want to work like really hard to make sure that you're able to do that for your grandchildren or your great grandchildren. Then you find that your parents use that money for your brother's wedding, even though there's like wedding loans and stuff. So it's like,
I feel like I'm gonna steal something from Fagan. Sorry. The Fagan Muller podcast. I feel like she is in the right yellow card. In case you guys don't see, right.
So we all get in like a general, she's not in the wrong. Yeah. So Reddit decided with 33.3 thousand responses, she's not in the wrong.
yes.
Amen.
Yeah. Some comments.
But another thing that stood out, the brother was willing to pay for the student loan. So doesn't that mean like he could afford
The wedding.
the wedding already?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I'm confused over here. Like he could
Yeah.
afford the wedding already.
I think he had to take a loan from the bank to pay her back.
Probs.
Which he probably would have had to take a loan to pay for the wedding. But it was a gift from the
But
parents.
then why offer to, if you couldn't
Yeah.
pay it, then why offer to pay for, is it called institution? Statutian? What's it called?
And like I don't know, like I'm confused here. This is like we all know the parents are in the wrong in this one, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the fact that like sue your parents, like my guy, get that money back, it's yours. Right.
Get that bag.
I'm just saying, it's like my guy. I don't know how to explain it.
We get you.
Yeah, you know.
The same, I'm feeling your wave brains.
Yeah.
Your
you know.
brain waves right now.
Great minds think alike.
Of course.
Okay. Some of the comments, I'm going to read one of the comments. To be fair, there are cultural expectations here. I'm guessing that OP is Indian and weddings are very important in their culture. That said, the parents are very in the wrong in the situation. Okay, we're moving on to the next one.
Yes, sir.
Okay, this one
Yes,
is
sir.
a little bit more difficult. I started off with an easy one. Okay. Am I in the wrong for taking my stepson to see the doctor without my husband's permission?
Why
No.
did you not
Story?
tell? Yeah, why
Yeah,
did you
it's
tell?
like
Yeah.
depends.
It's kind of like
Yo, like, it's like on the. It's like
I feel like we can back her up if we find out why
Yeah.
she didn't tell the husband.
So like, it's like give us a backstory of that.
Okay. Jay, 25F, lived with my husband, 29M, and my stepson, 7M. My husband is full custody of my stepson, Riley. Riley has always been a late bloomer. When I started dating my husband, Riley was 5. He still took naps, even though most children grow out of them by then. When he turned 6, he stopped needing naps during the day, except when he was sick or did a lot of physical activity. Riley has ADHD, so do I, so I know the hyperactivity can tire children out sometimes. A few weeks ago, Riley has started taking naps again for around an hour a day. He began falling asleep on car rides. The length of time he napped kept increasing, and now he naps for 3 hours a day, meaning that he sleeps for 13 to 14 hours a day. I usually pick him up for school, and his teacher tells me that he's exhausted and yawning all day. Why is this me? I do this every single day. I take a nap when I come back from school.
Oh, same. I crashed them.
To all my nap people out there,
For some
we
reason,
know.
I can't take like a nap like after I get home. It's just like I have so much things to do, like play games. Like what were you guys
50-50.
between work?
50-50 for me. Like, if depending on how I feel, like if I'm really, really tired, I'll go make myself like a cup of tea, and then I'm out within like the first 5 seconds. And then next thing I know, I can't sleep at night because I took that nap.
Oh, same.
Yeah,
My
same.
mommy is always like,
Definitely.
Eden, you need to get
Don't
up
you
now."
go to the beach at like 12 o'clock at night?
I do.
So you calling her out in front of a teacher? Now me personally,
Oh wait, we're getting off track. Okay.
I became extremely concerned and told my husband that Riley needed to see a doctor, but he didn't think it was serious. He thought that Riley was sleeping more because he was growing, but I was still worried. I admitted I don't know much about children, as I'm the youngest on both sides of my family, but I spoke to my parents and in-laws and searched online, and they all said it was weird.
Okay.
I do this every single day. Is it really that weird? Okay.
I mean, there are some like certain like illnesses where if you are sleeping a lot, then it is concerning. But I mean, if he has no other symptoms, I'm assuming Riley's a boy.
Yeah.
Oh yes, is it stepson?
Him.
Yes.
Mm.
If he has no other symptoms, then I'm sure it's
I mean,
normal.
now me personally, I would kind of be like mad because like, what if it was something like really serious?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you want to?
Yeah.
Okay, guys, we're getting into the debate when the story isn't done. We can
Oh,
debate
there's
on
Oh,
that.
it's not done yet.
There's a lot more. Okay. My husband still didn't want to take Riley to the doctor. I decided to make the appointment for Riley anyways, and he saw the doctor yesterday. The doctor was very concerned, and he arranged a blood test for next week. He also gave me a list of foods to cook for Riley to improve his energy levels. When I told my husband, he was upset, and that I gone behind his back about his son's health care. He wants me to apologize, but I believe I was acting in Riley's best interest. Most people I've spoken to say that I was in the wrong because Riley isn't my son, but I would like our opinion, basically. Am I in the wrong?
Okay. Let me just start off this. Okay. For when I got diagnosed, right? For all the viewers out there, I'm a diabetic, right? When I got diagnosed, I was taking up to like 15-hour naps. I was exhausted. So the body can get drained very easily. And the fact that she was doing it in the child's best interest. Yeah. By the way, I also have ADHD. So all my ADHD fans out there, if we know we get distracted a lot. Yeah.
As of now.
So yeah, like perhaps like Ritalin could also be like a thing because the Ritalin calms you down a lot. And then perhaps like it's a thing where the doctor needs to like if the child's on Ritalin or something, then the doctor's gonna have to like change that or something.
Yeah, but I think the controversy is that you went behind your husband's back about a situation that has nothing to do with you.
Yeah, but the husband didn't want to do anything though.
Yeah.
Like he was just like, okay, my child's tired. I'm pretty sure we've all seen like random 5-year-olds running around for like 12 hours straight.
Yeah.
Right, like they just don't get tired somehow.
My brother being one of them.
Yeah.
But your brother's shy, G. They said I was scaring, but like,
No, he is. He's not a people person. It's because he's a COVID baby. So
Oh.
he was born in COVID where everybody was isolated. So he didn't get to go out much.
Shame.
I'm his best friend.
I feel
Yeah.
like for this story, I'm like in the middle because like it's
It's
Like
Pick a
you
side.
went behind his back.
Side.
I can't.
Pick a
I'm on the fence. Like there's like there's
Yeah.
the outside, the inside. I'm like there. I'm like, do I go over? Because I might get caught. But like, so like I feel like I'm
Yeah.
because you did go behind his back, which is like a bad thing because it's concerning. As he said, his son's out. But then it's also like it was in the best interest of
Yeah.
the child.
yeah.
So like,
I'm also on the fence.
Okay, guys, you're playing this wrong. This is very black and white. You have to 100% pick a side.
I'm
Oh
with the
my
mom.
days.
I'm with the mom. Even though it's not your child, you start the child's best interest.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm with the mom as well.
Yeah.
Okay, but let's take this in any other situation. Like, if that's not your child and you're just saying, oh, I'm acting in the best interest and heart, and you do anything with this child without informing your husband.
But if you think about it, she did.
She did.
She
Yeah,
did
I
tell
guess
him.
She did tell him. But if it was like a different situation, like you take the child out to like Mackie D's without like telling the dad, then it's like,
Mackie D's.
yo, what's wrong with Mackie D's?
Mackie D's. I used to call it Mackadoodles.
Mackie Doodle. Okay,
Yeah.
that's new. I haven't
Okay.
heard that one.
Drum roll. 3.5 thousand people says that she's not in the wrong. Okay.
So she's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yay!
Okay.
You see? If you're saving a child's life, you can kidnap them.
no, can we cut that out? No way.
When Noah gets arrested, then this is where the police are gonna get the information from.
FBI, open up!
When Noah doesn't come to school, guys, I think we know what
why.
happened. don't answer the door, Noah. Don't answer the door.
Okay, so, story number 3.
This one also a little bit controversial. I think this is going to be like, it's paragraphs upon paragraphs. Okay, it's going to take a while. Okay. Am I in the wrong for not making my sister a bridesmaid because of her looks?
Oh.
Yo, the disrespect.
What?
No, me personally,
Nah.
I think I need to hear
I would
the
not
story.
let it slide.
Me too.
Nah.
So the funny thing is, after it like completely like burns her, she like makes edits upon edits upon edits, like trying to explain herself. Anyways, I'm gonna get into it.
What?
Some background information. I, 25F, am 25 female, am a homely looking girl. There is no other way to say it. I'm not hot or even pretty by most people's standards. My sister, 27F, Bella, is one of the most beautiful women who has ever walked this planet. Like, got stopped on the street, in malls multiple times while we were growing up for modeling opportunities. When we had different dads, we have different dads, and I guess she won the genetic lottery. I was jealous of her as a kid, especially because we were always compared to one another. I'm 5'4", average body, a slightly below average face. She is 5'11", thin, all around, just really gorgeous. She's also a really genuinely great person. She's humble, sweet, and even though she could have made a living off her looks, she ended up going into social work and now works with kids in foster care. She and I are close. We see one another a bit less since she moved to New York City with her husband, but we constantly text and call. I was a maid of honor 2 years ago at a wedding. 4 months ago, my fiancé, 30M, Ellen, proposed to me and I said yes. My family was excited for me and they all really liked him. He and I have been together for just over 2 years. Bill and Ellen are close as well. And we often have them over for dinner to go to their house for game nights. Now to the issue. I thought about it a lot and decided not to have Bella in my bridal party. I just wanted one day where we weren't standing side by side being compared. I wanted to be the pretty one standing on the altar on my day. I've gotten over my jealousy of her, but for the most part I've accepted myself for how I look and who I am. But the thought of everyone looking at her on my wedding day broke my heart. She obviously thought she would be my maid of honor, so before I asked anyone to be in my bridal party, I went to her house and talked to her. I didn't want her to hear through the grapevine or social media that she wasn't not only my maid of honor, but not in my bridal party at all. When I went over and told her and explained my reasoning, she started to cry. She didn't get mad at me, but she said she was really hurt that I excluded her because of her looks. I understand her point. She and I are best friends. She's been giving me a bit of a cold shoulder since this happened, and my parents, both of our moms, and each of our dads, have called me a jerk for doing this to her. Saying she's more upset than she let on, but she didn't want to taint my day with drama. She RSVP'd to the wedding invite, so I know she'll be coming no matter what. But I feel bad that I excluded her because of her looks. So, is she in the wrong?
I thought that like it was a pretty sister. I thought it was like the pretty sister, like excluding the other pretty sister, because you are beautiful, from like the wedding. But it turns out it's the other way around. I'm like, it's your day, my guy.
Yeah.
It's your day. Like,
Okay, now me personally. First record of the day. I'm sorry. It's kind of cliche, but I feel like for your wedding, like she like you were like I don't know what's called, but bridesmaid. Like, don't you think you should like return the favor and like don't think that she's gonna steal you there? Like, put in something bad to it, but don't hurt her feelings like that. So suspend it
you're
for
like,
2 weeks.
what do you mean like put something
Don't
like
take it.
what do you mean like put something like bad to it? Like, do you
Like,
think
not like that, but I mean, like, if you're worried about her stealing your show, just tell her, like, yo, G, don't do that.
Yeah.
tell her to put on like 10 layers of mascara just to like make sure.
Okay. I have two sides to this. Phoenix is looking very intrigued. I'm getting
I
a
also have two sides to this.
So, me growing up, I was always academically compared to my sister. So growing up with that, you're gonna form a little bit of jealousy when you are being compared by your parents to your sibling. Now, I understand that part, but also, it's your wedding. Like, everybody's gonna be looking at you. I mean, you don't need, and even if they aren't, your husband or your wife is the only person you should be worried about. If the rest of the people don't like you, that's their problem.
Actually.
No, not gonna lie. One terrible thing I did was every time my mom said she was going to a wedding, I always begged if I could go with because I knew I was gonna get cake. So to all the weddings I went out there, I'm sorry, but 99% of the time I went there for cake. I'm sorry if
So says the diabetes.
I was just gonna say
right?
that now. I was
I
like,
know.
are you not diabetic?
The thing is, I'm a diabetic, but I love sugar. I love sugar. By the way, shout out to my business, Chocolate Covered Strawberries and Marshmallows. Press your pre-order now on Instagram.
Oh, got a plug.
Just throwing it out there. But
So-
again, I'm on the wall. But Gabby, what's your view on this?
For me, it's like, obviously she still has issues. She is
Yeah.
not over her issues.
Yeah.
It obviously like runs deep, and it's really, really with her. And people say they always act logically, but we all act out of emotion. Like, we can't control our emotions. Emotion is not logic. We just feel it, and we can't stop ourselves from feeling it. We just have to deal with it.
But I feel like if there's like, not like about this, but if there's one thing that you would like to like leave someone that's watching this with, what would it be? We'll start off at Gabby, and I guess we'll finish off with me, you know.
Start off with me. What? Okay. So, just to end this off.
Wait, are we ending off now?
Yeah.
Oh,
So Reddit says that she is in the wrong. So she tries to defend herself a little bit. Okay, so she says, she edited a post and says, alright, I get a general sense that people think that I'm in the wrong for hurting her feelings and being insecure and selfish. I've been to therapy for my family issues and self-image issues since the day I turned 18, but it hasn't 100% sorted itself out yet. I work on it every day. And I didn't add this to my original post, but I have a facial deformity because of my jaw. It did not form correctly in the womb, leaving my chin and my mouth deformed. My family has never let me forget this part of myself. I cut most of them off in my life, but the trauma is still there.
I'm like, yo, that's information you could at least shared with us. Like, now.
Yeah, she's defending herself
Now
now.
I'm going with
after she
Phoenix
reported-
on this. Now I'm going with Phoenix on this because
Leave.
I'm going with
I
Phoenix
feel
on
like
this one.
still, G, like, but did your sister say anything bad about you? There's no reason to like do that.
I mean, like, with me and my brother, right? Like, y'all, my brother's my stepbrother, but like, we homies, so we're just brothers. Yeah, we're homies like that. I've always compared myself to my brother a lot. Like, he always did very well academically, so I'm trying really hard to be like him. But then I realized I need to be my own person. Like, yes, you have a facial deformity thing, but Like it's you, my guy. It's not your fault. You didn't ask to have it, you know. So your sister didn't ask to be like drop dead gorgeous. It's like
Yeah. I think I'm going back to the obviously she still has issues thing, but I'm going back to the thing that people act out of emotion and not out of logic. It's like it's hurting her. It's like this big thing about weddings is that like
Phoenix.
your wedding day is the day that you look the most beautiful.
Yeah.
It's the day that you look the most beautiful for your husband, and it's the most beautiful day of your life. So people ramp up and everything, and just standing, I don't know, it just brings a lot of trauma. It's kind of understandable on her part. I still think she's in the wrong, but it's like people act out of emotion, and you have to feel her emotion to understand her side of the story.
Any final words
Any final words?
on this topic?
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna.
And off.
Thought you were gonna take me out.
Man got the strap.
Final words on this topic specifically.
Yeah.
I don't have a definite answer. I'm gonna be honest with you. I get both sides of the story. I understand both. I mean, I've seen both sides of the story, so I can't choose.
Viewers, anyone want to leave something with the viewers?
I say we start off by Gabby and then we end off at Phoenix.
So to wrap everything up, 4.5 thousand people agreed that she is in the wrong. So I think she is in the wrong. I think she at least should have oh yes, at the end she does say that she decided to take bridal parties out entirely, so her husband won't be having bridesmaids and she will not be having a bridal party at all, to make things more equal.
Yo, nah, you just take that away from your husband. Like,
But
if I had the wedding, I would want my homies next to me. Like, you know, like you got the homies that went with you from like the whole point. The homies who were with you in the parties in the club, until like looking for the one.
Name one club you've been to.
My bedroom. Me with my fake strobe lights, flashing my phone's torch on and off, pretending I was in the club. We all pretended we were in the club. Come on, I'm gonna go though.
To wrap things up, the final thoughts, and also to touch up on your guys' segment and what you guys were talking about, I think my final thoughts on everything is that we all live life through our perspective of how things are. And because we can only live through our own perspective, we tend to think that what we think is 100% correct, undeniably true, but everybody else, we're in the situation, we live it, and because of our perspective of how we see things, that's just the way things are for everybody. Because we can't see other people's perspective, we can only see our own. So everybody thinks the way that we're thinking, everybody thinks what's happening is how we think what's happening. And for my final thoughts, it's only from last year, I had the epiphany that everybody views, everybody's perspective on the situation, even though we all live the exact same situation, everybody's perspective could be completely different from what I'm thinking. And it's something that I'm only now beginning to realize and starting to live, that I'm coming into the situation and this is my perspective, but it's not everybody else's. Everybody else could be on a completely different mindset and everything is completely different. And you have to really, really keep that in mind when you live in life, because what you're thinking, what you're experiencing, what you're going through, the way you view the world, your mindset, everything, it's not how everybody else is living life. Everybody else could be living life completely differently and taking what you're living right now in a completely different tone.
No thoughts?
On this topic.
No, just
in
something
general.
that
the
you'd
whole
like
thing
to leave.
in general.
No, something that you'd like to leave with the viewers.
Oh, to leave with the videos. My guy, love yourself. Look in the mirror and tell yourself you're beautiful. Slay, you know?
Yeah. Erin?
Everybody was put on this earth for a reason. And that's something I wish I realized sooner. But you don't do something for, I'm not going to put that pen there and just put it there for no reason. Maybe I'm going to pick it up later. Okay, that was a horrible explanation. But you know what? Pretend I was wise. And it was a profound
Yeah. It's like a
explanation.
timeline theory. Everything you do, small little action can split off into a different timeline.
As Fagan Miller would say it, everything affects everything.
We're all
I
our
mean-
own leaders, so we all have influence on others.
Phoenix?
I mean, if I could leave anything with the viewers is what you're wearing today is like perfect. I mean, you might look at me and go like, you're so handsome and stuff, but like you kind of.
You're looking like a stack.
But and one last thing, like, subscribe, hit that ding 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 bell to know when. Now you know he's back. 2 weeks. You're gonna have to wait 2 weeks, unfortunately. But we will be back. Thank you guys. Be safe.
Yo. See you guys.